When you talk about great greyhound trainers in Victoria over the years, one name which comes to mind is that of Allan Roberts. Allan tells us how he first got into greyhound racing.
By the time I was 12, one of my friends, Bill Daly, gave me a dog of my own, and I won 2 or 3 races with that on the Plumpton.
Allan moved to Melbourne when he was 16, after being born and raised in the Victorian Mallee town of Hopeton.
I worked over at Cranbourne. I brought some dog down with me from up there at that time. I spent 4.5 years in the army. When I came back out of the army, I had a dog given to me by my mother. It was owned by my brother, actually. Started training it, and I had that much success with her that it just went on, and I think I won 53 races with her over the tracks in Melbourne. I've had a few champions. They're very hard to get. I've had a good few champions. Anyone can train them. It's the dog that's a mediocre that you've got to try and win a race with that really tests you out. With the champions, I think any of the boys can really train them.
For Allan, some of his most successful greyhounds have come from Tasmania.
They got the idea in the early days that Tassie dogs wasn't any good. Well, I decided to have a go at a few of them because they were the same blood, and I made a success of it. Glenhaven King was the first Tassie dog that I had, first top dog that I had. He was the father of Vibrant King. I get a couple of Tassie dogs every now and then and try and win a race with them.
The Tasmanian Raheem Patrick is the current star of Allan's team.
He won on both sprints, Sandown and Olympic, and both over the distance. They're not champions, but they'll win races.
Picking a successful pup from a litter is never easy. Allan has his own theory about how to choose the best greyhound.
You pick a good dog out of the litter by watching him run backwards and forwards in the yard. By the time they're 8 or 9 months old, you can generally tell which is the best one in the litter. It's like going to the school and you see one kid that's outstanding there and he's running. When they grow up, he'll still be the fastest. And if you can pick that young one out of the litter of pups in the yard, well, you've always got a chance. Most of the ones that make it to the big time are all good gallopers in the yard. They want to run.
Success for Allan as a trainer has come about through following a set pattern.
A good trainer, I think a good trainer, you've got to be consistent. If I was late getting up walking, they'd be yelling out for me. I do an hour of a morning. Of a night time, I don't walk them. I put them out in the yard there and leave them run backwards and forwards in the yard, which helps them get them a little bit fit as well. Why I don't walk of a night is in the summer it's too hot anyway. If you give them an hour's walk of a morning, they'll appreciate that and they'll be ready to go back and have a good sleep for the day. Once you get them fit, you don't need to run them so much. You can just put them in the races and don't worry about trials. I come back and I spend about a quarter of an hour on each dog and brush them down, rub them down, and this way I use an axe or a blade to get the dead hair out of them. I don't believe that any trainer can win with a dog that's got dead hair in him. It does help them if you can leave them breathe properly, and this is one reason why I walk early of a morning. You've got to beat the birds out of the trees, because after the sun comes up, well, you know, it gets too hot for dogs, especially in the summertime.
One of Allan's greatest greyhounds was the brilliant stayer and former Greyhound of the Year, Sheila's Teresa. Allan gives his view as to why we do not have as many distance greyhounds racing as in years gone by.
It's a pretty hard game, the stayers. You've got to try and keep them up, and they're running over long distances all the time. I don't think that enough of the boys give their dogs a chance over the distance myself. They think, oh, they can only run 500 and that's it. But if you've got a dog that's fit and he is clean-winded, well, he'll finish up running it out all right.
Allan naturally realises that the sport will only continue to prosper with continual participation from young people.
Over the years, I've given a lot of young chaps information on how to get them right and so forth. One that just comes to hand was Kevin Clow, who's now the head of the Cranbourne track over there. I started him off, and there's a lot of young blokes that I've started off over the years, and they've gone on and they've got good dogs and that today. The chaps with dogs should tell these young ones everything they possibly can to keep the game going. A lot of young girls coming into it now, and I think these are very, very good. Some of them are really good with a dog. They learn to know the dog, and they'll make it. They'll go right to the top. If they learn to be consistent with their dogs, they'll make it, because that is half the battle.
Allan has been an institution and inspiration to many in Victorian greyhound racing.
I had a couple of heart attacks a few years ago, and I had to cut down on my dogs. I just spend my time walking with 4 of them like that, and if I get another one, my wife walks with me. We enjoy it. Without her, I wouldn't have made it. I'm only a hobby trainer. I don't intend to make money out of them or anything like that. It's just been my life, and I've enjoyed doing that.